Hey everybody, welcome to the Jim Master Show live entertainment lifestyle celebrity talk show series. How's everybody doing today? It's so good to see all of you. I can see you through the screen. You didn't know that, huh? Watching from all around the world. This is your host, Jim Masters. We're coming at you from the New York area. Yes, fresh from our extended family vacation in warm and sunny Florida. And we hit it just right. It was about 85, 86 degrees every single day, light coastal breeze, low humidity, and the Atlantic Ocean literally like bath water. We were posting some, follow along travel-alongs on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, sort of those travelogues that I love to do, and you guys sort of follow along. Those watching this show, the Jim Masters Show series, and others who follow us on social media, Jim Masters TV. Really epic. Sister's birthday, Mother's Day, family celebrations, parties, gatherings, get togethers. It was fantastic. Back in action now, live with the Jim Masters Show Live series. We're celebrating 3 years. Yes, so we're putting together an anniversary episode. You're going to hear from some of your favorite guests over the last year or so. And then some who are going to be joining us, and we're excited about that. So we're working on that now. We're actually we're about a week past the actual anniversary, but since we were away on an extended family vacation for the holidays and more, we weren't here to do it. So we're working on it. It's going to come real soon, and we'll probably surprise you with it. And it's going to be great. So what a great way to kick off this week's worth of great shows with a sports star extraordinaire. CJ Watson is joining us in just a second, former NBA star, philanthropist, entrepreneur extraordinaire, and author of some 4 children's books that are really cool, very, very popular. He's a great guy, and we're so excited to have him here on the show. So we're going to chat with him in just a second. First, want to welcome everybody. Good to have you with us here in Levity Hall. And if you want to comment during the show, this show gives you the opportunity to do that. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel you're watching right now, you can comment when the show is on, when it's actually on live too, which it is right now, beaming all around the world. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, costs nothing, and click the notification bell so you never miss any of the alerts about our episodes and series and great guests. And you can chat in the chat room right now, special chat room that's on the YouTube channel where the shows are on. Don't forget to give this episode a like, thumbs up like, leave a comment in the comments section, and interact with all of us here at the show. Good to see everybody. We'll check in with the Lovities and everybody watching around the world. And we thank you so much for being with us. Yeah, we're coming off that vacation, very busy week. I was on the radio, 5 radio shows today. We booked 4 TV shoots. It's crazy. It's like everything has been waiting for us to return. We're so good to be back in Levity Hall. CJ is here for the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last. And he's really extraordinary. Former NBA star has released a children's book this year titled CJ's Big Dream, which he hopes will inspire kids everywhere to work hard for what they want. CJ has played professionally for over 12 years, and his career allowed him to play for some of the best teams in NBA history, such as the Golden State Warriors, Brooklyn Nets, Chicago Bulls, and so much more. CJ's Big Dream is a story about a young basketball player that CJ has written to promote his message. Always believe in yourself and to follow your dreams. The story follows a young boy from a low-income neighborhood with a big game that day. And by believing in himself, he works his hardest to succeed at the game. And he plans on making this book into that continued series, which it really is now. He says, always believe in yourself and follow your dreams. His basketball career has allowed him to play for some of the best teams, as I mentioned. And while his professional basketball experience is impressive, his skills go far beyond the basketball court. Philanthropy has been at the center of CJ's career since the start of his scholarship fund. The fund honors his late grandmother, Mary L. Watson, and helps support students studying education. He's coming to us from his hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. CJ also started the Quiet Storm Foundation in order to foster learning opportunities that include social skills development and health and fitness activities to help youth grow and achieve their goals in the community. In addition to his nonprofit, CJ has developed a children's book series, as I mentioned, named CJ's Big Dream. And with the series, he does hope to inspire young kids to chase those dreams and work hard for what they want. And this is really incredible because it's the fourth book in the series. This one is CJ and his magic socks. The first book was CJ's Big Dream. It received great reviews with an Amazon bestseller. The two other children's books are CJ's Big Project, CJ's Big Moment. We'll talk about those as well. The book's available on Amazon and Kindle, and he's been doing a book tour and so much more. And we're going to talk about all this. It's really cool. His career, fantastic. And he continues. As I mentioned, he's played for the Indiana Pacers, Brooklyn Nets, Chicago Bulls, Orlando Magic as well, and played for the Killer Threes and the Big Three under coach Charles Oakley. Former NBA star CJ resides in Las Vegas, and he runs the wonderful foundation with his board of directors. And that's been happening for about 14 years. We're so excited to have him here to talk about not only his wonderful career, but also the foundation and these incredible books that he has penned. We want to show you some of them here. Here he is displaying them proudly. And there's CJ and his magic socks. Got a youngster in your life, they're going to love these books. CJ's Big Project and CJ's Big Moment. And again, there are others as well. You can see him holding these up here. And epic career, in the sports world and in basketball, beloved, iconic figure. And everybody loves him. So we got basketball fans watching tonight. We've got fans of children's books. We got fans of our show. We've got everybody in-house here. And as I mentioned, he loves to give back. It's so important to give back. And we were talking about that actually before I started the show live tonight. And he said, that's one of the things I love doing. I love giving back. And that's what he does. So, and he does it so well to the community, and the community loves him for it. So it's going to be a great conversation on this episode of the show, folks. Want to comment during the show? Feel free. It's really terrific to have you do that. And we thank you for doing that as well. Without further ado, let's welcome our special guest coming to us live and direct from Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. CJ Watson is in the house. CJ, welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
The pleasure is all mine. We were talking about the weather. A little rainy there in Vegas today, huh?
Yeah, a little rainy, a little windy like usual at this point in time during the year, but it's still good weather.
So, congratulations. I was mentioning all the incredible things, and I was just really scratching the surface of what you do and all the great accomplishments, not just on the court, but off the court as well. You're a big believer in giving back to people, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. I just started when my parents would take me and my brother to go to the homeless, feed the homeless, or go to the nursing home to sing to the elderly because we're in church. And for some reason, my parents put me in the choir. I don't know why, because I can't sing, but we just had a joy for giving back, and my parents instilled that into me. And now, ever since I wanted to be successful and became successful, I want to be that thing that I can go back and always give back to the community and give back to those less fortunate.
That's so cool. Early on for you, what inspired you? Did you come from a sports oriented family? What sort of inspired you to take the ball literally and start running with it early as a kid, and especially in basketball? Was basketball your first sport, or did that come along the way?
Yeah, basketball was my first sport. I think just everyone in my family played basketball and was some sort of athlete. Played every sport. I played baseball when I was younger, basketball, everything except for football because obviously in Vegas it's a little bit too hot. So I tried it one time. I went out there and tried out for football, and it was too hot in the sun. So I went back in the air conditioning inside and just kept playing. And like I said, I just tried to. I played just to stay out of trouble because I was actually good at it, and then just to just to have fun with it also.
So, what would you consider, and the real diehard sports fans probably know the answer to this question, but for everybody watching, what would you consider that big opportunity, that big break that got people to notice your talent and how good you are, and they sort of brought you into the fold?
I think just I would say getting called up to the Golden State Warriors. I think going overseas and then going undrafted kind of put a chip in my shoulder, and just listening to the things that people said I needed to get better at and what I needed to improve on, and taking those things and just adding it to my game. And I think that's kind of when my game came became worldwide, I guess, and then just became known that I can play with the best of the best.
You definitely have done that on so many different levels. Are there a couple of key moments in your career for you personally that really stand out that are just, I mean, you've played with all of them. Any particular moments that are some of your personal favorites on the court?
I think just the first time, like I said, getting called up, just putting that NBA jersey on for the first time, seeing all the hard work and the time that I put in, and the lights and without the lights, people watching, people not watching. Like I said, just all that determination and all those goals and dreams coming to fruition, and being able to play in the NBA and then play against some of the best players that I've always looked up against and then also admire.
Who's some of the players that you always admired and that sort of inspired you, and maybe even did a little mentoring along the way for you, CJ?
I would say Kobe Bryant is always the top of my list. Just being, the things that he's gone through, the adversity that he's, come to be, and then also a mentor from afar. But I would say personal mentors probably like Baron Davis. I used to play the video
Yeah.
game with him all the time, and then go and be able to go to practice with him and talk to him, and still being to this day to be able to call him and ask him for any advice and a mentorship like that. I think that's just the biggest things is for me about the NBA is just the networking part.
What is it like being a part of the NBA? Because the NBA also believes in giving back, and there's a lot of different opportunities they have to reach people in communities and help lift people up as well, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to be a part of that company and be a part of those 450 players that get a chance to play every year. And for me to do it for 10 years was just kind of unbelievable. Like you said, they're a big company about giving back because a lot of these kids, a lot of the people that play in the NBA, have dreams of playing in them. And one day, they get to have that chance to do it, and they get to inspire the next generation and going to be able to do it. So it's always fun to be able to give back and see smiles on kids' faces.
What was it like when you said, okay, we've reached our limit. We've done as much as we can do on the court. Love the game, love all the experiences like you're sharing, and the camaraderie with the other players and the coaches and all the different cities you've been to and all their fans rooting you on and the team on. What was it like to make that decision to say, okay, it's time to hang up the jersey and now focus on some other aspects of my life?
It was hard, like you said, all those things, like you said, the traveling part, the putting on the jersey, the fans cheering you and booing you sometimes. I think that's all a part of the game and part of the
It
fun of the
is.
game. But for me, I think it was just being in pain. I don't want to wake up in pain anymore. I think that's the brutal part of the NBA that people don't really see. All the bumping and grinding and the good days and the bad days that go in it. But I think, like I said, my time came to an end. It was definitely fun. Those 10 years, it goes by so fast, but it's definitely, something you cherish and always look back on.
Tell us about the foundation that you started. I sort of teased it a little bit there in the introduction, but it really does some beautiful work to help others, in the community as well. And we have there is you can check it out, folks. There is the website address, Quiet Storm Foundation. Tell us about what it's all about, and when did you decide to put it together, CJ?
Yeah, so my parents came to me about 2009, and they wanted to kind of continue to give back, but kind of do it in like in a bigger way, I guess. But that's when we came up with the Quiet Storm Foundation, and we wanted to give kids a avenue to be successful, to know that your dreams are achievable no matter wherever you come from. I came from the inner city, so a lot of kids in the inner city don't really have that joy or that passion to be successful and to reach their dreams or think they can, but like I said, I'm a living proof that it can happen and those dreams can come true.
So, what is some of the work that you guys do, sort of in the trenches to help people rise up?
We put on a free basketball camp every year. We do that because my parents knew how hard it was to try and gather funds to try to send me and my brother to basketball camps each and every summer or once every couple of months, and it gets expensive as a parent. So always wanted to give back in that way by having a free basketball camp. We also have an out of school program we do each second and fourth Saturday in Las Vegas. Kids come and be able to do homework, be able to a chef comes and shows them how to cook a healthy meal. A gym instructor come in and does stretches and gym activities with them to teach them about health and fitness. And also, we have a Black History essay contest in February. And every year that I played in the NBA, we would send kids to whatever city I played in, and give them a tour of the locker room, and also meet the players and coaches. But now that I'm retired, we flying them and their families to DC, and they get to tour a couple of museums and stuff like that.
Wow.
So I think it's just good for kids to go out and see different environments, different cities, and things they probably wouldn't get to do. Because I know when I was playing or before I even played in the NBA, I'd never been to an NBA game. So it's definitely fun to have these kids have that experience and get to cherish it.
How cool is that? You hadn't been to a game, and then all of a sudden, there you are, an NBA star. Uh, America is a great place for
Right.
opportunity, isn't it? I tell
Yeah.
you,
That's
that
what they
is
say.
yeah, and it's I'm sure there's a lot of others who saw you on the court, know you to the point where you've been inspirational to them, to younger kids coming up who are playing basketball or any sport or just anything they're doing in life, which is really a cool thing. And I'm sure you've always been very cognizant and aware of that, that the kids are watching and they're being inspired by you, just like you were inspired by others who came before you, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I definitely always look up to people who come before you, and I want to give those the ones that are going to come after me. I know I'm not going to be the last NBA player to come out of Las Vegas or at all, so I definitely want to support those people. And like I said, back and give them inspiration so they can be better than I was and make better choices and decisions and do it even better, and then to continue the trend, do it to the same next generation.
That's right, exactly. And we've got a couple of photos that we pulled up here. Tell us about some of these cool things and events that were happening here as you're with the kids, CJ.
This is some of our essay contest winners for the Black History Essay Contest Month. These we have also have a luncheon for them where they get to come in and say their speeches and their that they wrote for the contest. And like I said, just giving back each year. Every year, the essays get better and better. These kids are so smart, so talented, and really shows through their writing and dedication through their education.
And this is at City Hall, which is exciting for the kids to experience too, huh?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Them going to City Hall and sitting in front of councilmen and councilwomen, like I said, and getting awards and being appreciated for it, and knowing that their hard work doesn't go unseen.
Exactly right. Tell us about how you created this fantastic series of children's books, and what was the inspiration to start doing that? Were you read to as a kid by your parents, or what was it about wanting to tell this story in the way that you do in such a unique, personal way that I think is so cool, CJ?
I definitely was read to as a kid growing up. I love books. I love like probably like any kid, I love story time and bedtime and stuff like that. And always through middle school and in high school, I love to read like action books and stuff like that and dramas. My favorite book series is the Chronicles of Narnia. If anyone knows what that is, so I always love that. But for the books of this inspiration, I was just honestly sitting on the couch one day and I said, how can I continue to tell my story and then also inspire the next generation? And that's how these books came about. I contacted one of my old coaches, and he told me, and he was a previous author, so I knew he knew something about the author world. So he gave me some information and advice and helped me to go down a certain path. And like I said, this is the end result of these four books, and I definitely love them. They're all true stories, and that's what I want to. I always want to tell a true story and never fabricate it for the younger kids.
So the book we're showing on the screen, CJ has some lucky socks, or so he thinks. Do the socks give him magical powers, or is it the hard work and dedication to help him achieve success? Tell us about the book. And again, congratulations on all this.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this book is about, like I said, CJ having these lucky magical socks that he thinks every time he puts them on, he has a great game, which is true. But this time, CJ travels far, far across the country, and he doesn't have his socks, but he still plays good. And he realizes that it's not the lucky socks; it's his dedication to the game. It's his practice over and over, day in and day in and day night, and just like I said, just making it work and just making his dreams come true. And it's not the socks; it's him.
The illustrations are fantastic as well. And tell us about the illustrator. Were you involved in how things were illustrated? Did you have a say in the way the book physically was even put together, the cover and everything else? Like, your approval was the stamp on how it all came out?
Yeah, Cameron Wilson does a great job. We've had talks before and during the process of each book. And like I said, I just wanted to be a representation for my generation, for my culture. And these books and these cartoons are actually, just that. I grew up playing on the playground. Like I said, the character somewhat. I guess looks like me, maybe, maybe not, but I think he did a great job of depicting everything that I wanted to in through words, but also through pictures.
which is really fantastic. This particular book, again, being one of the latest ones, what was that like when, you finished this one off? Good feeling, huh?
Yeah, it's definitely a good feeling. It's a good feeling, but also uneasy feeling because you want to get it out, get it done, but also you don't know what the response is going to be. But I think I gotten great response so far. Kids love it. Parents come up to me and tell me how their kids love reading it for bedtime and stuff like that. How it inspires them. So that's the really the joy that I get from it.
There's also a couple others we just want to show. CJ's Big Moment. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, this one is about bullying and how to handle bullies in a positive manner. I feel like every kid, somehow goes through bullying, and whether we want to admit it or not, it happens in our life. But also just how to handle bullies in a positive manner without guns, without violence, and I think that's what kids really need to hear in this day and age.
What's been some of the feedback you've been getting from readers, whether it's the kids or even the parents? I mean, these books I could see, and maybe they already are, but they should be in libraries, they should be in schools too.
Yeah, yeah, that's the plan is to get them all over the place and get it out more. I think maybe one day even turn it into a cartoon series or something like that. But I think the
Yeah.
feedback, like I said, has been great. I never did it for any money or anything like that. I just did it to give kids another outlet and just to know that even as NBA players, we go through the same things that you went through as a young kid because we were once there also. So that's the kind of message I want to relate.
Which is fantastic. Here's another one too. CJ's Big Project. Tell us about this one, CJ.
Yeah, CJ's a big project. My parents were big on education, and he got a F on his test, and his teacher told him he has a chance to do it over, but he has to get an A to be able to play in the next big game. So CJ does that. He goes back to the lab, does his homework, does his studying, and also passes the test with an A, so he gets to play in the big game. So just a reiteration how important education is to young kids.
So what's the writing process like? When you get the germ of the idea and then you start putting it down on paper, um, do you write a little bit and then stop, or are you gung ho and you just keep writing until this thing is finished?
Obviously, yeah, I think you got to take breaks. You get a mental block, writer's block, as they would
Yeah.
call it, and so I think definitely taking breaks is the best part. But for me, it's just once I have a story, trying to get that story down packed and make it be relatable to where kids can understand it and kids can relate to it to this day and age. And I think I've done that so far pretty good in each book. Like I said, just trying to get that message across.
So you mentioned that this is something that would be a terrific animated series. Is that something where you're talking with producers, networks, distributors to sort of hopefully get that, whether it's streamed on some of the streaming platforms or on television or DVD series, whatever it could be, right?
I haven't talked to anyone yet, but if anyone's listening, I'm definitely up for it. Sign me up. Definitely want to get it out there. There's not many, African American cartoons out there, I think, and then ones that are promoting positivity. So I think it would be something good to, like I said, put out there on all streaming channels, cable, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, exactly. It's really important to empower our youth and inspire them because we're living in such crazy times now, and
Yeah.
kids are watching all this craziness that's going on in our world, and there some are lost. They don't know what to do and how to do it and everything. So to have somebody like you, who's a sports star, who could have easily just said, I did my thing. I've made a few bucks. I've pleased management and the fans. I'm going to just go and I'm going to put my feet in the sand and have a banana colada and swing from a hammock in South Beach, Miami. Instead, you want to keep connected with everybody and inspire them in ways that go really deep. And that's important, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think for me, it's just I can never really be still. I'm always doing something. So for me to actually retire from basketball is just the first act. I think the next act is it's going to be even greater, and maybe one day I'll retire again and I'll be on to doing something else. So I think I will never just be able to sit down, and plus my kids keep me busy. So I think that's another good thing too. You never retire as a parent. You're a full time parent regardless of the situation.
Are the kids into sports?
Yeah, yeah. My oldest right now plays volleyball, and then my youngest two are not into sports yet, but we try, to get them, keep them active, just to see what they want to get into.
Oh, that's cool, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
How old are they now?
15, 6, and 2.
So the 15-year-old especially knows the career, huh?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, she was definitely around a little, but still understood, and we'll wear my jerseys to the games and cheer for fans and cheer when we lose and stuff like that. So she definitely knows the ins and outs of a NBA schedule.
Which is cool. And hey, gang, do you know who my daddy is?
Right.
Turn on your TV and
Right.
what have you. It's crazy. How in the time that you've done 10, 12 years, how has the game changed in even that amount of time?
It's changed a lot. Like I said, it's been more fast paced, more up and down. A lot of more threes are being shot. Not a lot of stuff. Big men in the paint. So that's definitely a guard oriented game, and I think it's only going to get better. I think it's definitely improving from a fan standpoint. Now that I'm done playing, just actually seeing it from a different lens. So I think it's going in the great direction so far.
Do you see yourself entering the broadcast arena? Maybe announcing for some of the networks. I know you've done like online commentary on shows and talked
Mm.
about the games and sports in general and basketball. But do you see yourself maybe working for one of the networks as a commentator? Is that something you'd like to do?
Maybe yeah. Like I said, I think right now anything is up in the air. I think just when I retired, I just wanted to kind of be a full time dad and see how that was. But I'm definitely kind of getting anxious to get back out there and see what it is I really want to do and just take some chances and see what's my path and my future.
Which is really terrific. What are some other things that you'd like to do, CJ, that are sort of on your radar, but you haven't tackled yet? Anything, whether it's something personally that you want to do, a challenge, something you want to,
Mm.
whether it's hang gliding or whatever it could be, diving, deep sea diving, whatever. Are there a few things that still you want to do that are personal achievements for you?
I think just for now, I think just being like I said, a better dad. Just being able to go to their games and going to their school events and stuff like that, and also just being able to give back and be an inspiration. And like I said, just if I can just change one kid's life, and then help him out and continue to keep him inspired and dreaming big. I think that's just the biggest motivation for me.
Do you read the books to your kids, especially the young ones?
Yeah, when I actually finished them, I'll read them all to them, and each when they came out, and had to see what their response was first, because I knew if they liked it and they said it was good, then everyone else will like it. Because kids are pretty honest. They definitely tell you what's on their mind, and they liked it. So I think, like I said, it was good to be able to put out to the public.
Do you see more books coming down the pike as well, in addition to the ones you've already written, CJ?
I think so, because I have a lot more stories to tell. I think it's definitely just part of the plan, just getting out there and taking the time, doing it diligently, day in and day out, and week in and week out. So I think there's definitely some more stories to come from this for me, exactly. So I think they're all true stories. So it's not that hard to get the stories out. I just got to put them in paper, put them in format.
Exactly. When you were playing, what was your routine like to stay in such great shape and to have, the stamina and the tenacity to get out there and do the masterful work that you did? Did you have a certain routine with certain amount of sleeping, eating, just different things that you did? There could be others watching right now that want to be a CJ, and they're like, well, what did he do? How did he
Right.
become, so good at this?
Yeah, I think just mostly just putting the time and the effort in. Always believing in yourself, having the confidence. But like you said, just getting the right amount of sleep. Going in the mornings, staying late after practice, working on your craft, and not really worrying about anything else. Not worrying about stuff off the court. Just knowing once you handle the stuff on the court, everything else will come into play.
What would you say to maybe somebody watching right now who's like, "Oh, I could never do that." Maybe they have a great talent, but they don't believe in themselves right now, or maybe just their circumstances aren't the best, but they know of you and they admire you, and they're watching this episode right now. What would you say to a kid that could possibly, take this challenge on, but they just don't have that either the support system around them or they don't believe in themselves?
I think one of the things you have to is confidence. I think that's the biggest thing, whether it's good or bad. But I think having the confidence is the main thing, because once you get to certain levels, confidence is half the battle, I think. And just putting the work in, like I said, day in, day out, going in there on good days and bad days, be able to be the same person, be yourself, and I think all the rest will fall into place.
If basketball wasn't the choice for you, what was the other? What was plan B? What was the other thing that you like to do, CJ?
So I got my degree in psychology, so I think it would be
Yeah,
some kind of something in that field, maybe a psychologist or of that matter. Definitely, I think the psychology stuff helped me dealing with a lot of different egos in the basketball team and trying to
yeah.
how to manage them and be a team and being successful at that. So I think that kind of helped me out throughout my process. But if it wasn't that, I think that would probably be my lane that I would go to.
Is that something that you still would like to dive into a little bit since you have the background and I mean, you survived a tough sport, which does take a lot of psychology as much as it takes art, science, and theater,
Yeah.
and tenacity and talent. Is that something else that you would consider delving into deeper?
Yeah, I think I would definitely consider it. I think my mom and my wife have been trying to tell me to go back to get my master's in psychology, but kind of been hesitant. But like I said, I definitely should probably go back and do it and get it done. But like I said, I love that kind of that field and all the stuff, different um, venues that you can go into.
Well, not that my last name is that, but it's always good to have a master's in your life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's always good to have a master's around. Uh, uh, it's really inspiring. And again, I was so excited when we were putting this together to have you come on the show because, again, um, so many people are inspired by what you've done, as a NBA pro, as a star, but also how you've taken your life and continued to connect with people and inspire them in the way that you do. Um, kudos to you. It's really cool. I think it's fantastic. And I encourage folks also to go to the websites. Books are available at Amazon, but also we want to show your website too, which is cjpens.com. And folks can check out the books there too, right, CJ?
Yeah, definitely can check the books out there. If you buy them from my website, I autograph them and then
Oh.
send them along to you. But so I think that's the biggest perk from buying it from my website. You get an autograph with it.
How cool is that? Like, so if you've got a kid, that loves basketball or what have you, or just would love the books, you get a personal autograph coming from the star himself. That's cjpens.com. And then how could people get involved in Quiet Storm Foundation? Is that something where, John Q. Public can participate or they can support it in some way?
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely a community foundation. You can volunteer in any of the events that we have, or if you want to send in kind donations or another donation through sponsorship, you definitely can do that. And we take sponsors for the certain events that we throw. So definitely, whatever way you want to be involved, you definitely can be involved.
Merlin's watching in Ontario, Canada, one of our regular Lovity viewers, and she goes,
Mhm.
"How tall are you, CJ?"
I'm 6'2". I'm usually the shortest on the court though, but one of the shortest.
Right. But but I tell you, a master on the court for so many years. Austin Field watching, he says, "What do you think will? Who do you think will be in the NBA Finals and ultimately win the championship?" His, we're obviously at the time of this show. Somebody's watching this 6 months from now. This will be old news, but for now, the good question from Austin Field. You have any thoughts on that?
I think I would say the Nuggets and the Celtics, with the Celtics winning.
You heard that here. That's a JMS
Yeah,
exclusive,
we'll
folks.
we'll see if it happens.
He is in Vegas, so there are lots of odds.
Yeah.
How is, if at all, how is growing up in Las Vegas, influenced your life in any particular way? I mean, it's really quite a place. It always has been, but even now
Yeah.
it's grown so much. You got the Raiders now. The A's are coming from Oakland. It's just
Yeah.
a lot of spotlight on Vegas.
Yeah, for sure. Vegas is a great place. People always ask me how it is growing up here, and I say it's just the same as growing up anywhere. You have your pros and your cons. thing is, we just had a strip, so and a lot of casinos, and people think we live in casinos, which isn't true. We actually have houses and neighborhoods here, so definitely love growing up here. I love the city of Las Vegas, and like you said, it's growing by leaps and bounds, and it's definitely going to be the place to be for the next upcoming years for sports and entertainment. I feel like.
which is cool. You had to travel a lot over the years. Did you enjoy the traveling? Is that something you'd like to do with the family? Maybe go to other parts of the world as well?
Yeah, I love traveling. I think traveling is where you find things that you like about different places in your own city. So I definitely love trying to get my daughters to see the world, and get out and venture. Because like I said, just experience is the best teacher. So always better to see different things and try different foods in different areas. So it's always something I'm trying to teach them.
What would be something that people don't know about you? Do you like to cook? Do you have a certain hobby? Do you like to play the guitar? What would be something that would surprise people about CJ Watson?
I definitely don't like to cook. I'm a neat freak, so I like to clean up and vacuum maybe every other day. Maybe just pick up tidy stuff here and there, but always doing laundry. So I think that's the biggest thing that people would maybe not recognize or think that I like to do.
See, he's been picking up his whole life
Yeah.
on the court and at home. It's in CJ's blood. This is really
Yeah.
cool. They're saying they love your background too. Tell us about some of the guests like to tell us about where they are as far as the room they're in. You got a lot of cool stuff around you. See,
Oh, my background. Oh, yeah. So I went to the University of Tennessee, so that's why you see the big orange T there. Books. Like I said, love to read. I get books all the time for birthday presents or gifts. And a big picture of myself painted by one of my friends, Tiffany, the pretty artist. And like I said, a couple Zen water, Genius juice, a couple drinks that I invested in as an angel investor. So I definitely love those brands, and like I said, wanted to do well.
that's the other thing I didn't mention is you are an angel investor, which is a really cool thing. I have a couple of friends who are as well, and so you invest in products and things and ideas that you really believe in, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's if you're gonna put your money behind something, it has to be something that you believe in and something that you're gonna endorse and actually use on a day-to-day basis. And that's what I companies I like to invest in, companies that I think will change the world and have a chance to do that. And I think these are some of the companies.
That is really cool. Have you ever thought about tackling other sports along the way as well? You mentioned baseball you did early on, and of course, this epic career in basketball. Have you ever done the bow thing where you're sort of
No, not yet. I think my playing days are over, but I did play pickleball last week, so
you
I
did?
actually like pickleball. It's
Yeah.
definitely a not an elderly person's game, but
No.
it's definitely for someone like myself, retired, and just want to be active and get out there. And if I still have that itch, of competitiveness, I can still go out there and be competitive and have fun at the same time.
Pickleball is so incredibly hot right now, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the game.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely fun. Like I said, I definitely watched it from afar, and then actually being able to get out there and playing and learn the rules is one of the funnest games. I think maybe more fun than basketball. I feel like my knees were hurting and everything, so it's definitely a active sport.
And are you getting better and better at it as you go along?
Yeah, I think so. I only played once, so hopefully I'll be able to play this weekend and see how I do, see if my game improves, if I get any better, and maybe I'll work my way to be a pro. I don't know, pickleball player pro.
Pickleball play. Try to say that 5 times
Right.
faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once on the court, always on the court.
Yeah.
Cool stuff, my friend. Really. Everybody. Merla says if you want to vacuum, you can come to Canada where she is and vacuum her place.
I charge 100 an hour.
100 an hour, Merlin. So think about that. That's it. Here are the websites again. Our illustrious guest, of course, NBA star, an entrepreneur, philanthropist, angel investor, author, and so much more. All around good guy. CJ Watson joining us. CJ, this was really fantastic. Um, Congratulations on everything. We're going to look for more with more books. Congratulations on the books you've penned already. And again, this fantastic career that, you can definitely look back with pride on and say, look, hey, We did good. I did something that I love and I was passionate about, and enjoyed it, and left my mark, and that's very inspiring for others. And of course, the foundation as well is another legacy building situation that you've got going, which I think is really, really cool. And as you mentioned, you have your kids and your family, and I think that's really cool stuff. And here we go. We actually, there it is. There he is on the court playing pickleball. We dug this up. I want to surprise you. Trying something new today, but I'll be a pro before you know it. Sign me up. Hashtag pickleballs.
That's
CJ
funny.
Watson. Isn't that cool?
That's funny. Yeah, pickleball, like I said, it definitely was fun and something I'm gonna definitely get back out there and do.
Absolutely. It's good stuff. Gang, check out the books, all, and the whole collection series that continues to grow. The latest CJ and his Magic Socks. You'll love reading it to your kids. If you do go to the website, cjpens.com, he'll even autograph it. Let him know you heard about it on the Jim Masters Show Live series. He'd love to hear that. CJ, this was really fantastic. Again, congratulations on everything. Truly an honor to have you here on the show. If you know other folks you think would like to stop by our series, spread the word. And this episode will be archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, so you can share it, blast it out on social media. And I really hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you and all of our viewers who've been saying hello and commenting along the way as well.
No, thank you. Appreciate you for having me. And like I said, it's definitely an honor to be here. And congrats on your success also.
I appreciate that. I know we're coming up on something like almost 1,000 episodes, and
Yeah, it's big
3 years is that's a lot of talk, and that's a
yeah.
lot of levity for sure. He's on all the social media. He's a good guy, a class act. CJ Watson joining us here. CJ, thanks for stopping by the series. Really a pleasure, and you're welcome back anytime. Let's chat again real soon, okay, my friend?
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, you take care.
You too.
Blessings. Bye-bye now. CJ Watson, NBA star, author, philanthropist, entrepreneur, and angel investor, joining us here on the Jim Master Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Celebrity Talk Show series. How cool was it to have him here and talk about his career, his inspirations, his passions, his love of family, his love of life, the foundation, all the things that he's doing. As I mentioned, a star on the basketball court, NBA professional player, but somebody who's led a very inspired life. And he mentioned his parents several times. Did you notice that? The inspiration of his family. And there's, like I constantly say, and you guys know, nothing tops family. And he's very aware of that, and has carried that with him throughout his entire career. And again, he's played with some of the biggest teams in sports here in America, and in the world of basketball. And really, really cool to have him here. This is a JMS exclusive. And again, main reason why he was here is we were talking about the incredible books that he's penned. If you didn't know, yes, he is a children's book author and published author. And we are so excited to be talking about this. Amazon, you can find the books, but also on his website, cjpens.com. And the foundation is Quiet Storm Foundation as well. Again, really cool having CJ on the show. I don't know if you saw photos, but he had an epic wedding in Las Vegas too when he married his sweetheart. It was something out of like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, just really elegant, beautiful wedding that they had. And really congratulations to CJ and his family on a life continuing to be well lived, and one that inspires young minds and so many others. Was this cool or what, gang? What a good way to return from our family vacation, our extended family vacation in beautiful Florida, USA, the Sunshine State, with everybody. Had such a beautiful time with the family and in the beach. I love the ocean, and the ocean was like, wow, warm bath water. We were accessing the ocean as much as possible. The temperatures were great, and the sun was beautiful, and just everything was so nice. And spending time with our loved ones and family and friends, and there were celebrations and parties and lots of out to eat at restaurants as we celebrated some very important family milestones. Just loved it. And we're back in the thick of the action here with my day job on radio and on television. Back in the action, and of course, right here with all of you on the Jim Master Show Live series. Hey, I want to let you know that what a week we have of guests coming up. We are back in the full swing. The one and only John Davidson, legend, television, game show, talk show host, singer, actor extraordinaire. This will be his third visit to the Jim Masters Show Live series. He is with us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, live. And he's going to sing for us. He's going to be coming to us live from his venue in New Hampshire that opens up in just a couple of weeks for its new season of all kinds of entertainment and guests. Club Sandwich and Sandwich, New Hampshire, in the Lakes region. John Davidson's going to be with us. He is an American icon, television, game show host. Of course, boy, how many shows did this guy host? Everything. He had his own talk show. He's a dear friend of our show, a dear friend of mine, and he wanted to come back on, and we're so happy to have him here. On Friday, we've got another incredible guest, somebody who knows the Cassidy family, somebody that is an aficionado on the Partridge Family, iconic 60s, 70s television series. And when we're singing, Johnny Ray Miller, the author extraordinaire and aficionado of everything Partridge, is going to be with us on Friday. It's going to be really, really cool. Then also on Saturday, American theater critic, historian of musical theater, and author, celebrating his new book and more of the great American songbook. Stephen Suskin is going to be joining us here on the show this Saturday, which is going to be fantastic. Also coming up in a future episode, in about 2 weeks, Greg Goldston's going to be with us. Matter of fact, if you want to see all the episodes and guests that are coming up, just take a look, peruse, scroll across our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. There are many more guests who are also joining us, and you can see the days and times they're on. But world-renowned mime Greg Goldston is going to be with us. That's going to be amazing. Am I going to be the only one doing the talking if he's a mime? We shall find out. All coming up for you on the award-winning Jim Masters Show Live, entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series, where we are bringing back the lost art of conversation with entertainment, inspiration, live, fun moments, interaction with all of you, lots of surprises as our entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series continues to grow. We're putting together a 3-year anniversary celebration episode with words from some of your favorite guests who have come by the last couple of years or so, who wanted to be a part of the celebration and share their words and fondness for our series. And for all of you, thanks to CJ Watson, former NBA star, author, and so much more, joining us here exclusively live from Las Vegas on the Jim Masters Show. If you'd like to see this episode again, or you joined us late, while the episode was on, well, guess what? We give you the opportunity to do that. It'll be archived on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. You can watch it again. We've been doing a lot of that already. Now we're back in action, but we'll find more ways to relax. We'll take a quick look at some of the comments from our lovelies. If you enjoyed this episode, folks, very important, don't go anywhere yet. Leave a comment on the YouTube channel. We love when you do that, and that really, really helps our series grow when you do that as well. Big time. So leave a comment in the comments section, and don't forget to click the thumbs up button. There's a thumbs up button, and if you click that thumbs up button there, that's on all the episodes, and leave a comment, that helps us too. So give it a thumbs up, drop a comment. That helps us. And don't forget, if you haven't yet, and it doesn't cost anything, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Enjoy all this great content. The hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guests, thousands of hours of episodes and content for all of you. Subscribe to Gym Masters TV, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss any of the action here coming to you from Lovely Hall. And so cool to have again everybody with us, and so nice to see all of you again, and all these great comments that are coming in here. We thank you for all of that. Don't forget, there's always super chat, super emoji, super stickers. That's something that happens in the live chat in the chat room. You can always do that. And if there's any time you want to help support us and all the work and expense and everything that goes along, and just support what we're doing, you can do that with the heart icon that's on every episode. There's a little heart icon. Click that, and that's super thanks. And we had reached a milestone a while back that gives us the opportunity to offer that to our faithful viewers who want to help support what we're doing here, inspiring and entertaining all of you all these hours, all these days for 3+ years now, and counting with almost 1,000 episodes. Unreal. We'll check a couple more comments, and then we shall be back tomorrow with John Davidson. Thank you, Jim, for another wonderful show. Happy to have you back. Thank you, Sherry Larson. Good to see you as well. Maureen Wiedepal there in Arizona. Thank you for taking us on vacation with you through your amazing photos. So happy that you had time with your family, memories to last forever. Absolutely. We're blessed with a wonderful family, and thanks for coming along on social media with the photos and so much more. Maureen also adds, this was a great conversation. CJ, God bless you for all you do to encourage our youth. Your heart is in the right place. The world is lucky to have you. Great words from Maureen, lovely viewer. Jane in Sweden. This has been an interesting show. Thank you, CJ, for being here tonight. Thanks, Jim. The pleasure is all mine as well. Merlin says, thanks for being here. You are a lovely now, CJ Watson, a lovely. Absolutely. Thank you, CJ, for joining us here. Can't wait to get my hands on the books. Yes. You're going to love them because I know you work with kids, Sherry, there in Kansas. So absolutely good stuff. You guys are great. Thanks for all these great comments. Austin Field says, another great show. Thank you very much to Austin Field. Good to see you watching as well. I know you're a sports fan, so I know you enjoyed this episode, and everybody watching. Lisa Barrett here as well. Hello, Jim, and everyone. Good to see you. Merlin says, love following your trips. Thank you, Merlin. I'm glad you were with us for the ride virtually. And she also says, glad you had a wonderful trip. Here we go again with more of the episodes. Maureen says, oh, thank God you're back, Jim. We've missed you. Something fierce. Welcome home. Thank you very much. I got the vibes that you were missing Lovely Hall. So glad to be back with all of you. Thank God you're back. We've missed you. Something fierce. Yeah. That's so fierce it came up twice. Glad you're back, Jim. Hope you had a wonderful time with your family. Hello, Lovities. I know you guys needed your Lovity fix, right? And we sure did and still do. And good stuff, gang. All right. Thanks for all the comments. Those watching live, if you're going to watch this again, feel free to do that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We thank CJ, and we thank all of you. So we've got John Davidson tomorrow and all these other amazing guests. We are booking into like July. It's amazing. Really amazing. So thanks for being with us. Look out for the 3rd anniversary episode we're putting together. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you'll be able to interact with us as well. And we love you all. Don't forget, we don't say goodbye around here. We say see you later. Ciao, cheers. Shalom, sayonara, hasta la vista, hejda. We say slancha, avida zain, cheerio, take care, be well. Kathleen Walker had chimed in earlier. She would have been here. She's one of our regular faithful, but she is the New York Mets are playing right now at home in New York. So she is there, not just as a fan, but also she works, with the team behind the scenes. So our lovely, we got to get to the stadium. We've been to so many great things lately too. Before we went to Florida, we saw Melissa Manchester, of course, and Gary Puckett. and so many others. Christine Ohlman, the Beehive Queen, who, of course, is a dear friend of our show. She was a guest on our show. If you didn't see that episode, she's been with the Saturday Night Live band for almost 30 years now as one of their, the lead singer. And she was with us on the show as well. She's just terrific. If you didn't see the special we did celebrating the 90th birthday of Carol Burnett with special guests, check that out. It's on our YouTube channel right here for all of you as well. Cool stuff, gang. Thanks for being with us. We really appreciate all of you. I'm getting so choked up that I'm here with all of you after that lovely vacation. We'll see you on the next episode. Be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific for those watching live. Don't forget, you can binge watch the episodes. If you missed anything, you can see them all again. Again, congratulations to CJ on the latest book, CJ and his Magic Socks. How cool that he's doing this series, right? How cool that we're doing this series too for all of you. Be well. Take care. Gym Masters, thank you for your time this time. Till next time, thanks for stopping by Liberty Hall and the Gym Masters Show. We really value it and appreciate each and every one of you, those who are active and comment, and the many, many, many of you who reach out to us quietly and privately to let us know how much this series means to you as well. Good to be back. Good to see all of you, and we'll see you again on the next one. Take care and be well. And cheers.